Welcome to Martinsville Speedway Dirty Old Bastards week number 5 of the 7-week Arca series. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN. Happy to be here with you once again on a Tuesday night. 4 races so far in the season, 4 different winners. Randall Fox picked up the first one of the season at Kentucky. Then it was A-Case winning at Iowa. Joshua Pickle at Michigan. And then last week, Hunter McCall stole the victory. I'm just that's the only way to call it. He stole that victory away from Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts led just about every single lap but 2 at South Boston last week. Hunter McCall comes home with the victory. Got qualifying underway right now on the racetrack. If you take a look here at the 43 at Jaden Bailey. Now we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. You're going to notice that the paint liveries are not quite loading in correctly. We've tried just about everything we possibly can. The car numbers are going to be correct, but unfortunately, I know these drivers spend a lot of time getting the cars looking good out there, and they're just not loading up here for us for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the current point standings right now. Coming in tonight after 4 weeks. 3 weeks left to go tonight in Martinsville. We come back next Tuesday night at Nashville Super Speedway, and then we're going to finish off on the 7th with the 7-week season, as we said, at Darlington. Current point standings right now, as they run today, Chris Roberts jumped up into the point lead after that great run he had, finishing to second last week. Randall Fox dropped a spot to second. Joshua Pickle in third. Scott Lester having a good season. Mr. Consistent up there in the top 4 right now. Trevor Hignan in 5th. Jesse Lynch 6th. Adam Buchanan in the 7th spot. And Michael Tallman currently 8th in points. And it's Jeremy Zarfoss, JZ as I call him, in 9th. Gary Buchanan in 10th. A-Case, your winner at Iowa, back in 11th. And it's Andrew May. Andrew had a really good car all season long. I did not see him here tonight with us. So Andrew back there in 12th. Dustin Sargent also not here with us tonight in 13th. Giovanni Mungin in 14th, and rounding out the top 15 of the point standings, it's the number 20 of Jonathan Lowe, at J Lowe, as his friends call him. All right, qualifying underway right now. Right now, fast time on the racetrack is Zane Scott. So Zane finding his way to the top of the timing and scoring right now at a 19.46. And Ken, as I say that, Ken Baum Jr. is going to overtake Scott, move up to the top. Number 1 spot right now, provisional pole for Ken Baum Jr. A few cars left out here on the racetrack. We see Case right here. He is currently down in 8th. See if he can improve on his lap time. He may be done. We only got 2 laps of qualifying. 5 minutes to go. We got 5 minutes times in qualifying. Randall Fox not picking up a great lap here in the 33. Right now, he's down in 12th. He's on his 2nd lap right now. Let's see if he can improve on that here as he comes off of turn number 4. Kind of diamonds the corner, lets the car push up through the center right there. He's going to come across the line here, and right to the top he goes. Randall Fox is going to take the pole at a 19.457, about a 1/10 of a second. A little bit less than that over Ken Baum Jr. A couple other cars left out on the racetrack. We see Hignet's going to be done. Michael Tallman also completed here. You can see him out here in the 16. All right, that looks like everybody's pretty much got their qualifying laps in. We got about 50 seconds left to go, and we're going to go green flag racing for 150 laps of action here at Martinsville. Now, they can't go all 150 laps on a tank of fuel, so there's going to be at least 1 stop. And another change for this week, they took away the fast repair, so no fast repair for any driver out there tonight. So if they get out there and get in an altercation, they've got to come in and spend some time in the pits getting it repaired. All right, about 20 seconds to go, and we'll get the cars gridded up. Once again, don't forget, we got more racing action coming your way this week here on DRSN. Tomorrow night, it's Rolling Thunder Arca Series at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then Thursday night, we've got the Victory Lane Outlaws. Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Models. That is at 10 o'clock Eastern, I believe, on Thursday night. And then Friday night, we're back at 9 p.m. Eastern with the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series at San Diego. Is that going to be at Sonoma? Sorry, Sonoma on Friday night. All right, we're getting cars lined up on the racetrack. When you see them up here on the front straightaway, we're going to go ahead and get our starting lineup going here so we don't miss out. There's a couple pace lap runners going to be really short. So starting on a pole, it's the 33 of Randall Fox to his outside, the 51 of Ken Baum Jr. Back to row number 2, starting in the 3rd spot. It's the 37 of Zane Scott, and to his outside, the number 2 of Joshua Pickle. In row number 3, it's the 93, your points leader, Chris Roberts, and Jonathan Lowe in the number 20. There is going to start 6th. Back to row number 4, inside, Billy Rowley in the 79, and Adam Buchanan to his outside is going to start 8th. Row number 5, starting in 9th, it's Case, A-Case there in 9th. To his outside, starting outside of row number 5, it's going to be Jared Garini. Get back to row number 6. Starting in the 11th spot, it's going to be the 95 of Dakota Kuhn. And the number 12, Scott Lester. Oh, excuse me, the number 10 in the 12th starting spot. Starting in 13th, inside of row number 7, it's Jeff Sharp. And alongside of Jeff, it's going to be the 16 of Michael Tomlin. Back to row number 8. Starting in 15th, it's going to be Trevor Hignett and Dustin Steinman. In the 9th row, starting 17th, it's the Dynaco number 43 of Jaden Bailey and Kevin Bailey in the 029. Final row, last 2 cars on the starting grid. So 60 of Gary Buchanan going to start 19th. And outside of him in 20th, it's Jesse Lynch. That is going to be your 20 car starting. And it looks like everybody made it out on to the racetrack. It looks like even though a couple cars didn't qualify, they are going to take the green flag here. So we're going to see Randall Fox on the pole. Ken Baum Jr. to his outside. Ken had a good hot rod last week at South Boston, but unfortunately ran into some difficulty. Ended up not finishing that race. All right, main sponsor here for the Dirty Old Bastards, Auto Image Solutions, car restoration. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. All right, Fox and Baum gonna make their way. We've got one more pace lap, and again, we understand that the paint liveries do not look. Everybody spent a lot of time on these things. They're not looking as sharp, but technical difficulties. We are not able to get. There's an application called Trading Paints that loads all these custom paint dumps for us, and they're just not loading up. All right, off to turn number 4. We're going to go green flag, 150 laps. It's Fox and Baum going to take us down in turn number 1. Fox on the bottom of the racetrack. Baum to his outside. And it looks like Randall Fox is going to get the lead off at turn number 2. He's going to get a little separation, about 2 or 3 car lengths back. Side by side, about third on back. It looks like Scott and Pickle. Pickle settles back in behind Scott, able to take that 3rd spot away. Chris Roberts looks down to the bottom of the racetrack. Look at the 93, trying to make up some ground. He's going to get around Pickle there for that 4 spot. Pickle with a good run off the top of the racetrack. He's going to fight it off right behind him. It's Billy Rowley and Josh Pickle. Rowley in the 79. Right behind him is Jonathan Lowe in the 20, back there in 7th. But up front right now, it's Randall Fox. But he's got Ken Baum Jr. putting some pressure on. We did talk to a couple of drivers before the race. And most of the guys running the faster laps are all shifting here. Shifting down to 3rd in the corner. Helps the car rotate around. It's also going to give it a little more drive off the corner, as we can see Roberts back there in the 5th spot. Randall Fox and Ken Baum, they're starting to pull away a little bit. They got about a 7/10 of a second gap back to 3rd place car of Zane Scott. Battle going on back here for 8. That's A Case. Behind him, Adam Buchanan. Everybody pretty much single filed out here at this point. We look down around the racetrack. We were already spread out about half the way around this half mile here at Martinsville. Right now, AdminBoxx setting the pace. Bomb hanging right there with him. You can see actually Ken gets a little bit of run into the corners right there. Drives up on the back of the 33, and then Fox is able to drive off the corner. Well, looks like Fox a little better from the center off. Bomb a little better getting in. Roll off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway here one more time. We got 8 laps. 7 laps down. We're on lap number 8 of 150. We got a long way to go in this race. Last week we had a plethora of caution flags. So far we're getting through lap number 8 here without staying green flag. We got 20 cars out here on the racetrack. A little bit smaller field than we've had the last couple of shows, but still a fantastic showing here tonight on a Tuesday night. Take a look throughout the field. Looks like we got Guarini up on the outside of the racetrack. He's going to lose a couple spots. Here comes Dakota Kuhn. Kuhn blinking on and off down on the bottom of the racetrack. But he is going to make his way around Guarini. That was for 10th. Get Dakota Kuhn up in the top 10. Guarini takes a look peek to the inside. Not able to get up alongside of Kuhn. He has to settle back into 11th. Chris Roberts in the 18 back there, stuck behind Pickle right now. Robert has some good pace early. He showed good pace in practice as well, but right now, not able to do anything with the 2 of Pickle. Guarini now still trying to find a way around Kuhn. And short track like this is not where you want to see that car in front of you blinking on and off. Makes it tough to judge where that car ahead is getting into the corner, but right now Kuhn in 10th, Guarini back to 11th. Pickles got Roberts up underneath. Roberts able to take a look on the inside off of turn number 2. Has to settle back behind the 2. Back in that 5th spot. He had a little run at it, but just was not able to get up off the corner and get up alongside. Back up front, Randall Fox has now got away from Ken Baum Jr. Just about 7/10 of a second back to the 51. They're getting into some lap traffic. You can see Fox now coming up on the back of our back runner, our 20th place car, the 40 of Jaden Bailey. And it looks like Fox is going to get down to the bottom. Bailey pulls way out, way up on the top of the racetrack. Going to let Baum go by as well. Next lap car up the racetrack is Kevin Bailey in the 029. So getting into some lap traffic here early at Martinsville. Lap number 15. This is not uncommon at this short little half-mile paperclip racetrack. You're going to see drivers in traffic all day long, the longer we stay green. And Baum, look at Baum, is closed up on the back of Fox here in traffic. Fox is going to take a look to the inside of the 29. He's going to get there. Baum going to follow him through. But Ken Baum Jr. had lost about 6 to 7/10 of a second, but he is now within about 4 car lengths. He's right back up on the back of the 33. More racing action going on back here. We got caution. First caution is out, and it looks like it's for Jaden Bailey in the 43, turned around on the back straightaway. But Bailey had just gone a lap down, trying to find a good place to re-enter the speedway here. He just gonna lose. It looks like he's gonna lose another lap, just trying to get going here, waiting for cars to go by. And I'm looking at the track map right now, and he's got a little bit longer. He's got a few more cars left to go. He's gonna be able to get it spun around. So let's see if we can see what happened real quick to Bailey. Right behind him, he's got the 37 of Scott. Oh, Scott had gone to the outside. Bailey did not see him, started to move up and cross the nose. I think Bailey was thinking about getting out of the way, did not realize that Scott had stuck a nose out there. And Bailey going to turn himself off the nose of the 37. All right, we're going to take a quick break here real quick, see if we can fix our trading paints, our liveries here, so you guys can see all these fancy custom paint jobs. We're going to be right back.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief, your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief, you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, looks like we fixed our paint job problem here. As you can see, Fox, we got our custom liveries back out here. His pace car's going to pull in. We're going to have a green flag here on lap number 22. And Fox gets a great jump, and Scott's going to follow along the bottom of the racetrack. Bomb stuck up on the outside in the 51. And he's got a good run there off of turn number 2. Can he get back down to the bottom of the racetrack? Scott still got a nose up on his left rear. Bomb's got him clear right now. I'm not sure if he knows it or not, but off of turn number 4, the 51's going to move back up into second. Back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Now behind him, it's going to be Pickle and Roberts right there down there in the 93. Pickle with a good run on the outside. So you can see just how hard it is to pass here. You get up alongside on the inside of a driver right there, and it's just hard to get off the corner with enough momentum to complete the pass. But right now, Randall Fox set and sail. He's got 7/10 of a second, almost 8/10 of a second back to the second place running. Ken Baum Jr. in the 51. Then it's Zane Scott in third. Joshua Pickle fourth. Chris Roberts fifth. Jonathan Lowe in the 20 having a good run right now. He's up to sixth. And actually, top 7 are all where they started at, 1 through 7. Rally back here in the 7th spot. Then right behind him, it's A-Case in the 1. Adam Buchanan and Dakota Kuhn rounding out our top 10. Take a look back up to the front. Juice Force IPA sponsored number 33 to Randolph Fox. About a half a second clear of Ken Baum Jr. Now Ken's actually, once he got around St. Scott, he's made up about 1/10 of a second, but just not able to pull up any more distance. Let's take a look at our head-to-head matchup right here. About a half a second. It's where it's been there for the last couple of laps. Ken Baum Jr. just doing everything he can to try to reel in Fox. Fox using a little bit higher exit off the corners. It seems to be working out for him so far. Dane Scott back there in the 3rd spot trying to reel in Ken Baum, and it looks like we're pretty much single file out through the rest of the field, trying to find a battle to zoom in on. But right now it is single file all the way through. Just not a lot of room to pass here at Martinsville. Scott Lester back there in the 12th spot. He's got Michael Tomlin there in the 16 all over the back of him, as we're getting ready to start lap number 30 of 150. Chris Roberts still trying to find a way around the 2. Joshua Pickle with some really good pace here. He looked really good early on in that Miller Genuine Draft number 2 Rusty Wallace throwback. And look at Ken Baum Jr. He's closing up on the back of our leader. It's now 4/10 of a second, which is about, and right there you can see just how much deeper Ken Baum is able to drive into the corner. Watch him close up on the back of the 33 here. He blinked on and off there. But as he comes out of the back straight, watch here one more time as he heads into turn number 3. He's able to. So Bomb's blinking. He's having a little neck hood issue. That's why our camera keeps changing there as I'm trying to show you how you get into the corner. But I think it's actually hurting his pace. We got caution once again. It looks like it might be Steinman in the 77. And I don't see Steinman on the racetrack. There he is, up along the outside wall. So SGR number 17 of Dustin Steinman's going to go around. Let's go take a look at it here real quick. You see him right behind the 06 of Hignett. Takes a late lunge to the bottom, and he just catches that apron, pushes up the racetrack, gets into the side of Hignett, does a good job of not making it any worse. Turns the car hard down the left, spins himself out. So Dustin Steinman going to go around here. This is going to be our second caution flag of the day here on lap number 32, 33 as we go across the line. So Steinman going to be given an EOL. So 20 cars started this race. We have 17 on the lead lap. Kevin Bailey in the 29 finds his way down to pit road. Martinsville Speedway, one of the premier short tracks in the country. It's just really well known. It's such a different, experience than running the half mile at Bristol compared to Martinsville. The short little paper clip. These corners are so tight. It looks like the 43 is going to get away from right here. Bailey, he'll be getting back on the lead lap here. It looks like Bailey's going to get one of his lap backs. How many is he down? He's down 2 at this point, but he did get away from around there. So going to put him 1 lap down. So with Bailey pitting and Steinman bringing out the caution, I don't even think anybody's going to get the lucky dog at this point. I think that's probably why they sent Jaden Bailey around to get at least one of his laps back. All right, fuel not a problem. Tires, we get a couple cautions here. Tires will come into play later. Who can keep the tires up underneath of them? You can see Falk kind of running a little bit of a diamond line. That may be helping him save his tires for a longer run. All right, lights are on the pace car to come across. We're going to go around one more time. But one thing I like about now we did a San Diego race last week, and caution flags there were like 5 minutes a lap. It's nice on these short track here. Nice short caution laps. They don't last very long, so we're going to go back to green flag race on lap 37. Watch the 37 of Fox. Can he get a jump on Ken Baum Jr. into turn number 1? We're going to come off turn number 4. Green flag will wave this time. Green flag in the air once again. It looks like the 37 of Scott spun the tires. That's going to let Baum get a little run on the outside, but he recovers nicely. But off of turn number 2, they're still side by side as they were in the last restart. Ken Baum Jr. going to be able to settle down to the bottom of the racetrack. Scott slides up in front of Pickle. Pickle with a good run into 3. He's got that outside line working. Watch Josh Pickle on the 2 as they come off the corner. Forces Scott to pinch the car down on the inside. Does not let him get a good run off. Pickle with a good run here on the outside, about the middle of the racetrack on Scott. Can he complete this pass for 3rd? Just inching a little bit further forward, a little bit every single corner. Scott able to gain a little bit of ground on him right there. Off of turn number 2, they get into 3. Scott with a little wiggle into the corner, chases the car up the racetrack, has to check up to keep it off the 2. Great action here for 3rd place. Our 2 leaders starting to get away from this group. Roberts now in the 93 looking for a place to go. Pickle into the outside wall, just brushes it off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. But he's right there with Scott. They're still side by side, and it looks like he's going to push up off of 2 right there, lose some ground. Not only is he going to lose that spot to Scott, Roberts is going to go around. Here comes J-Lo on the bottom. So the aggressive move there from Joshua Pickle to try to get into the top 3. Looks like in the long run it's going to cost him. He may be able to slide down in front of the 1. No, he's going to still be stuck on the outside. So you can see right here, Pickle still trying to get down to the bottom. He's got Case in the 1 right there underneath of him. This is for 6th and up the road. They're pretty much single filed out. Now they're only about to only side-by-side action we have going on the racetrack right now. Our biggest mover of the race right now is Dakota Coon. Dakota up 2 spots. So that is our biggest mover, is 2 spots. It just shows you just how difficult it is to gain positions here at Martinsville. This Case has to give up the chase right there. He's going to fall back by Pickle. Pickle back up to 6th. After battling for 3rd for a few laps, falls all the way back to the 6th spot. Across the line to complete lap number 43. Let's see if we can find us some action on the racetrack again. Everybody looks to have kind of settled in. Take a look here at the 60 if you can. Back here in the 16th spot right now. Steinman right there in front of it. Justin Steinman is a lap down in 17th. Looks like Lester and Hignett going out of here. Hignett's going to get by Lester down on the bottom of the racetrack. The 06 going to move up a spot, send Lester back to 14th. Our AIG sponsor here in the 10, or AIS, sorry, Auto Image Solutions, bringing all the coverage here of Dirty Old Bastards right here in the 10. Scott Lester. Right behind him, it's Jeff Sharp in the 76. With Jeff back here in this battle for 14th and 15th. Getting into some more lap traffic. Fox makes his way around the 43 of Jaden Bailey. Baum also going to get around there. So Bailey not having a good day here at Martinsville. Matter of fact, he's going to let Scott go by as well. So he's going to stay up on the outside of the racetrack. Actually got lapped early, spun around, brought out our first caution flag. Still looks to be struggling. He's now falling back here. He's going to lose another lap. Off the wall, comes down and catches the one at Case. And here comes Rowley. He's going to take advantage of that. So the lap car one more time comes off the wall right there, comes down and catches the one. That allows Billy Rowley to get around Case there for 7th. Case now back to 8th. Going to take a look to the inside of the 70. It almost looked like Rowley just gave that up to him right there. He just pulled over out of the way, or he just got into the corner too hard and pushed up. The 95 of Dakota Coon back here in the 9th spot. All right, Robert has now moved up to 4th spot. He's up a spot from where he started. He started qualified in 5th. J-Lo right there behind him. But they are not able to make up any ground on the 3rd place runner. Let's take a look here at our timing and scoring here between our 2 1st and 2nd place. And you can see Randall Fox quicker on every single lap by about 0.15 of a second per lap. And he's starting to put a little more distance on Ken Baum Jr. He is now about 2 seconds out in front. Compare the lap times here for the 37 and the 51. Zane Scott actually gaining on the 51. You can visually see it on the racetrack here in your head-to-head matchup. Close to about 1/10 of a second per lap. Zane Scott starting to reel in the 51 at Ken Baum Jr. Right there behind him is Chris Roberts, and Chris unfortunately losing about 1/10.5 per lap to Zane Scott right there in front of him. So that is your top 4 right now. Hignett back here closing up. Hey, we got another caution. It looks like it's going to be Steinman again. And he looks like he's already going to jump to the pits. So the 17 of Dustin Steinman is going to find his way down pit road. And it looks like he may be done for the day. We'll see how this plays out. All right, let's take a look real quick, see what happened to Dustin. All by himself here on the racetrack. Just gets down in the corner. And just gets on the throttle a little hard in the center. Turns it around. Does a good job of keeping it down in the bottom, and is just going to go ahead and jump to the pits. So under our 3rd caution flag, all 3 have been self-inflicted. Nothing, pretty much single car incidents at this point. Randall Fox are on the pole. He's led every single lap, and we're going to have a bunch of drivers jump down, take advantage of this caution. The only 2 cars staying out on the racetrack are Fox and Roberts. Roberts now up to 2nd. Everybody else down pit road. You can see Bomb down here on pit road. Let's see if we can see who wins the battle. Looks like Bomb's going to get off first. J-Lo, Pickle, Rally, Case will make their way off of pit road. All right, 56 laps, 55 down, 95 left to go. We are on lap 56. It looks like Scott's barely going to make it out on the lead lap right there. So not a great pit stop for the 37. Let's see if we can find our lap times here. Our pit stop times, and you can see just about everybody took 4 tires. Some repairs done by some drivers in the back. But it was Ken Baum in and out in about 48 seconds, 15 seconds in the box. J-Lo with a good stop at a 14.6 for his pit stop. But if we take a look back here at Scott, 1 minute on pit, in and out of pit road, 35 seconds in the pits, in the pit spot, or in his stall. And I don't see a black flag or anything thrown his way, so unfortunate for Scott. He was up in the top 3. He is now down in 12th. He's got a lot of laps. Looks like Tomlin going to drop to the back of the line here. All right, green flag's going to fly here on lap 58 once again, and Roberts with a horrible start on the outside. Fox able to get clear. Our Bomb comes up alongside of the 93, so Ken Baum Jr. looking to get back in his second. Now remember, Baum has fresh tires on it, on that 51. He's able to get around Roberts. Roberts makes a little mistake getting in the corner, just about gets ran over by Lowe and Pickle right there. He got a little bit loose getting in, and here comes Joshua Pickle. So Roberts and Fox both. Oh, Fox, Pickle's going to get sideways, going to turn around, hit the inside wall. He's going to get caught by the 1. Pickle Case caught a little piece of it. It looks like I see Jaden Bailey turned around up there in the 43. But it all started with Joshua Pickle just getting a little bit loose in the center of the corner. Did everything he could to try to hang on to it, but ended up turning it around, hit the inside wall. Let's take a quick look at it here. So you see Josh getting down into the corner and just loses the back of the car. Hits the inside wall. The 1's going to come up and catch a piece of it. Scott misses it. And it looks like the 029 just did not see it happening in front of him. He is going to get into the back of the 43. So Kevin Bailey into the back of Jaden Bailey. I'm not sure if there's any relation. And you can see some heavy damage there on the 2 car. So the whole, let's see if we get a different angle of it, because the whole right side, like, it was pretty well caved in. You can see it from that angle right there, looking from the back. So Joshua Pickle, pit lane closed at that point, not able to get down pit road. He is down pit road now, so Joshua Pickle going to make his way down. He's going to be down a few laps at this point. He's going to have to go down there and take some lengthy repairs with no fast repair. Remember, they turned off the fast repair this week, hoping that we'd have fewer incidents, longer green flag runs, but we find ourselves here on caution number 4. Dirty Old Bastards, week number 5 at Martinsville. First 4 weeks, 4 different winners. Are we going to have a round of applause looking to be our first repeat winner? Ken Baum Jr. wants to be the 5th. Chris Roberts also right there. Our other winners this season, Hunter McCall not here tonight. Joshua Pickle just involved in that caution. He is going to have a long way to go and probably a few laps to make up. If he is, it looks like he's got back out on the lead lap there. So Joshua Pickle able to get back on the racetrack on the lead lap, but he's going to have some repairs. He's probably still got to have some damage on that 2 car. We'll keep an eye on the Miller Jr. in draft number 2. And the one thing about Martinsville, you can have some damage on the car, and it's not going to affect you a lot. And it looks like he was able to get some of that body damage, but you can see the right side still looks pretty well pancaked right there. So we'll see how that affects his green flag is in here once again on lap 64. And just as we've seen so far, every other restart, Fox able to get a jump over Baum. Roberts now to the bottom. It's a side-by-side battle for second. Roberts on the inside of Baum. Ken Baum Jr. on the outside in the 51 trying to fight his way back up into second. Going to brush the outside wall. That's going to allow Roberts to get a run into turn number 1. And Roberts is going to clear the 51 for second. Now remember, Roberts still on old tires. Ken Baum Jr. just took tires a few laps ago, and here comes J-Lo, so it doesn't look like to be... I would have thought it made a lot more difference than what it looks like it's showing right now. And here comes Ken Baum Jr. back to the outside. He's going to push up to the racetrack to see if it gives him a run off the corner. No, he's going to lose some ground. He's going to lose spot to J-Lo. Here comes Rowley up alongside. Here comes Case right there as well. So right now it's a freight train on the bottom of the racetrack going by the 51. Ken Baum Jr. just not where he wants to be right now. He ran in the top 2. J-Lo now going to make his way up on the inside of Roberts. And here comes Rowley to the inside. Roberts looking to lose another spot. Roberts got around Ken Baum Jr., but then J-Lo gets around him, and here comes Rowley now to the inside. Good racing action here, about closing up on our halfway point of the race. Rally down there on the bottom. Ken Baum Jr. still trying to find a spot to get back to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to clear the one at Case. Move back to the bottom. Case has got Guarini all over the back of him. Here comes the 90 of Guarini now up into 7th. He's up 3 spots after starting back in 10th. He's trying to find a way to get into the top 5. Fox is about 2 seconds clear of the 20 of Low. And then we got this battle here for 3rd. It's Chris Roberts Rally down to the inside. So Roberts on those old tires, he's starting to struggle. He's having a hard time keeping the car on the bottom of the racetrack. It's pushing up on him a little bit. And that has allowed the 79er Rally to get up alongside. But Roberts able to get a good enough run off the corner, falls back, or actually sends Rally back to 3rd. Rally takes a look one more time. Nose to tail here, so it looks like pretty much of a freight train behind Chris Roberts right now. This was F1. What was the DRS? They call it a DRS train. It was F1. Of course, they don't have DRS anymore, but Roberts doing a great job right now. Still hanging on to that 3rd spot on old tires. Rally takes a look to the inside. He's got to run into 1. He has got the line this time. Can he clear the 93? Roberts does a good job of pinching down to the bottom of the racetrack, just holding up, giving him just enough room, but not too much. He's got a good run off the corner. They're side by side into 3. Rally pushes up a little bit. He has to check up to keep him pushing the 93 up the racetrack anymore, but they're still side by side down the front straightaway. Their battle for the last podium spot, battle for 3rd, Rally and Roberts. I think Rally might have it off of this corner. He does. Off of turn number 4 this time. The 79s can move up to 3rd. That's going to send Roberts down to 4th. Well, those drivers that did pit early, they pitted on lap 54. We were told about 110 to maybe a caution once again. Caution once again, and it looks like it may be the 44 Buchanan as he's going to turn around. So Adam Buchanan able to get rolling. We'll take a quick look at it here. He's got Zane Scott right behind him. Zane's already got a little damage on the nose, so Zane's going to take a late dive and going to get right into the left rear quarter of the 44. And as Adam tried to save it, hooked on him, makes a little contact there with the outside wall. So the 44 Buchanan going to go around and bring out caution number 5. As we just completed it. We're 1 lap past halfway. 76 down, 74 to go as we are on lap number 77. And you can see Fox and Roberts going to make their way down pit road. So your leader, and what the heck happened right there? We got Buchanan stopping on the racetrack, Scott stopping on the racetrack, and Bailey just about runs them both over. What the heck happened there? Let's go back and see if we can see what happened with this. So we can see Scott. A few drivers slowing way down on the racetrack. Scott stops at the bottom. Buchanan gets into the back of the 43. And then Kevin Bailey just really has nowhere to go at that point. So incident here under caution. I think everybody slowed way up for the pace car. And these drivers back in the back just weren't really prepared for it. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now. 77 laps down here at Martinsville for the Dirty Old Bastards Arca Series. Your leader, the 20 of Jonathan Lowe, Billy Rowley second, Ken Bum Jr. third, AK's fourth, and Dakota Kuhn has made his way up to fifth. We'll be right back.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives. In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the
Back to live racing action. Green flag will fly. A nice short pace. Yellow cautions here at Martinsville. Jonathan Lowe going to bring us to the line. Be our first leader, but anybody on today besides Randall Fox. Jonathan Lowe with the lead right there for third. You can see Case and Baum Jr. Ken Baum down the inside. A-Case on the outside in the one, racing for third. Case going to have to settle back into the fourth spot. It's going to keep an eye on our two drivers that pitted. Here comes Fox now to the bottom. He's already moving up. Roberts on the outside. They got Tomlin right there. Here comes Buchanan as well. So Fox able to clear a couple cars here already as we've gone back to green flag racing, but unfortunately for Roberts, not able to follow Randall Fox through there. Randall all the way back up to ninth already after a restart here in 13. Buchanan's going to go around again. Buchanan gets sideways down the front straightaway. Looks like he turned up into the Scott. Caution number 6 here at Martinsville. So let's keep an eye on the 44. Zane Scott right there behind him again. They were involved in the last caution. They come off the corner. And it didn't really look like Scott had any contact. We're going to have to see if we can find a different camera angle of that. See if we can find a chase cam anywhere. Doesn't look like I have one here, so we're going to go back here and take a quick look one more time. Alright, let's see if we can find a good camera here. Maybe from the... Alright, let's see if we can see... To get down into the corner here, it's about the best shot I got. Let's go to the nose of let's just go to the nose of Scott. Here we go. That might be. Yeah, if he didn't make contact, there was definitely some net code right there, but the 37 and the 44 involved here in they're involved in caution number 5 and caution number 6. One more shot over here. And it's already happened at that point. Oh, that's yeah, that wasn't a great camera angle, was it? All right, we get back to live time. The 37 and the 44 got together one way or the other, so. All right, caution number 6 here on lap 85. J-Lo, Jonathan Lowe leading this race. Billy Rowley in the 79 right there by him. Ken Baum Jr., A-Case in 4th. Dakota Kuhn with a good run in 5th. And not too far back, we see the 33 of Randall Fox. Jared Guarini and Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts going to start down on the bottom on this restart. Not able to gain near as much forward momentum as Fox did here on this restart, but he's back here in 11th. They both pitted. Everybody has pitted. Nobody really has to pit for fuel at this point. Fox and Roberts with about 22 lap newer tires than the rest of the field. Let's see how that plays out. We go back to green flag racing here on lap 87 at Martinsville. Green flag in the air. Rally does a good job staying with pace on J-Lo, but here comes Ken Baum Jr. on the bottom. Rally stuck up on the top of the racetrack. We've seen this early on these restarts. That's not really where you want to be at, but right now Rally trying to find a way to the bottom. Case able to get up to the 4th spot. He is underneath, taking a look underneath Rally. Off at turn number 4 this time by. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th. Case has to stick back behind. Look at the 10 car of Lester on the outside of Dakota Kuhn. Lester now up 6 spots. He's trying to get up into the top 5. Kuhn down on the bottom of the racetrack. Lester on the top. Fox is going to go up and follow Lester. This is your battle for 5th. Kuhn has it. Lester wants it. And you can see Kuhn lifting about 5 car lengths sooner than the 10 car up on the outside, but he's just not able to make the pass. Fox is going to go around the 10 on the bottom. Tomlin's going to sneak into this battle. And Guarini right there. And they're going to make some contact off the corner. They're still beating on each other. That's going to let Roberts get clear. Roberts is going to get a 2 for right there. He gets around the 90 and the 16. Right behind them is Joshua Pickle, but Josh is at least 1 lap down at this point. Scott also going to lose some time down here on the bottom of the racetrack. Back up front, it's still the 20th. Jonathan Lowe. Ken Baum Jr. right there with him. Billy Rowley in the 4th spot now, excuse me, the 3rd spot. Case in 4th, Dakota Kuhn 5th, and here comes Randall Fox. Randall's got a good car, but it is so hard to pass. And as I say that, he's going to take a look to the inside the 95 at the start-finish line, down into turn number 1. Randall Fox going to move himself back up into the top 5. He is going to clear Dakota Kuhn off the corner. And Dakota having a hard time getting back to the bottom of the racetrack as we saw from that trackside shot. Lester going to take a late dive. They're going to make a little contact in the center of the corner. The 10 car down on the bottom, the 95 and Kuhn up on top. Kuhn able to get a run off the corner and block off that inside line from Scott Lester. We got a battle shaping up here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're keeping an eye up the racetrack as well. And Rally, Case, and Fox starting to reel in the top 2. It looks like Jonathan Lowe still out in front. Ken Baum Jr. A caution once again. Michael Tallman in the 16 has gone around. Caution number 7 for the 16 of Michael Tallman. It's got Jared Guarini right there behind him. Let's see what happens here between the 16 and the 90. Or is the 16... Oh, it's actually Dakota Kuhn spinning around off the nose of the 10. Let's go back and take a look at that again from a little bit different angle. So we can see Dakota here in the center of the corner. It looks like Dakota got a little bit loose, checked up. Scott did not expect it and just got right into the left rear quarter of the 95. Got him side, but unfortunately, Lester took the worst of that one as Guarini did as well, so Guarini's going to drop back to 12th. So caution number 7 on the day. Got Lester, Adam Buchanan, and Jared Guarini all going to come down pit road. Take this opportunity to get some tires, and here comes Jonathan Lowe, your leader. Let's take a look at our lap leaders here so far today. 3 different leaders. Fox has led 76, Lowe 21. Adam Buchanan was able to somehow pick up a lead lap. I think it was underneath the caution when everybody was pitting. Our wrench wranglers repairs. Jesse Lynch, 54 seconds of repair. Not as much time in their pit stalls as we had anticipated. Biggest gainers of the race, up 9. Gary Buchanan up to 10th right now. Michael Tallman up 7. Hickman up 7th. A-Case up 6th. And Jonathan Lowe, your leader, has moved up 5 spots since the start of the race. All right, lights are out. We're going to go around one more time here off of turn number 2. And we will go back to racing at lap 99. The 52 laps left to go as we get back to green flag here at Martinsville. For the Dirty Old Bastards, week number 5 of the 7-week season. It's a short season. Jonathan Lowe wants to be the 5th different winner right now. Got Ken Baum Jr. to his outside, but not far behind. Right there is Randall Fox in the 33, and he has been the fastest car all day long. Looks like we had somebody else go around back there. It looks like we got another pilot back here. I see the 16. I see the 10 of Lester involved. Also back here, Buchanan in the 60. As we just showed Gary as one of the biggest movers. And we've still got a green flag. We have not gone caution. As our leaders are coming around, as Buchanan, the caution finally comes out. The caution comes out a little bit late there. Our leaders just about got into the 60 there. Buchanan, he was trying to get back on the racetrack. So Jonathan Lowe, is he going to lose his, is he going to be able to get back out front? He was leading the race when they came around. Caution came out a little bit late here. Let's see what happens here with the leaders. We take a look at Jonathan Lowe here, and you can see as they're coming into 3 and 4, the lap car Buchanan trying to get going. Comes right down in front of the leaders right there. Jonathan Lowe able to get the car woed up enough not to get into the back of the 60, but that was close for our leaders right there getting involved in a caution. Race control through the caution. Finally there, just a little bit, like I think some of our leaders would have hoped they'd have thrown it a little bit sooner, but we're going to go back to caution here for the 8th time. Well, thanks for joining us here on DRSN on a Tuesday night. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm sure you guys all know what time it is. Everybody's got their phones and their watches and whatever. But appreciate you spending your night with us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, get in there and share some comments. Let us know who you think is going to win this race. I think we're going to have quite the battle coming down here for the last 48 laps when we go back to green flag racing. But we got other action coming your way this week. Tomorrow night, the Rolling Thunder Arca Series at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific. The Sager Basket bringing you all that coverage Thursday night. Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Model Series at 10 o'clock Eastern on Thursday night. And then Friday night, we get the Half Decent Racing League Trucks, or excuse me, Xfinity Series from Sonoma. And as we're looking at that, and as we're giving you all our plugs and trying to get you to turn into the channel, Ken Baum Jr. is going to come down pit road, put some new tires on. He got 48 laps in this race. Let's see if he's able to get through traffic. That is not going to be an easy task, so that's going to give A-Case the second spot. So J-Lo and A-Case, that's your first and second place drivers. Randall Fox now to 3rd. Dakota Coon's going to hang up there in 4th. Chris Roberts in the 5th spot. So Fox and Roberts both pitted back on lap 76, so they've got a little under 30 laps on their tires. Ken Baum Jr. still down on pit road. Actually, he's going to lose a lap here. So the 51, I thought he was doing some strategy here, but no, he is going to lose a couple of laps. So Ken Baum Jr. finds his way down to pit road. And I'm not sure if he's got some kind of a technical issue or unfortunate. He had a good run going. He is going to be out of contention of this race. So right now it's the 1 and the 20 on the front row. J-Lo with a good jump. Case not able to keep pace with him. That's going to let Fox get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the 33 of Fox down, trying to get back up into second. Right there behind him is Kuhn. Rowley now trying to get back into the picture. Here comes Randall Fox on the bottom. Case doing a good job. He's going to get the run off the corner. He just about got the 33 cleared. Not quite enough. Spotter not giving him the all clear to get to the bottom. Fox able to get up, back up to that left rear quarter, and they're going to come off of turn number 4. Or excuse me, off of turn number 2 that time. Fox and Case side by side. Case doing a great job on the outside of the racetrack, just trying to fight off the 33. He's going to do it down there to turn number 1. He's got the bottom of the racetrack if he wants it. And here comes the 1 down to the bottom. J-Lo out in front. I'm not sure why I said it in that tone of voice, but he got 4/10 of a second back to the second place running. Number 1 of Case, and it's Randall Fox, Dakota Coon. Chris Roberts can look to the inside of the 95. Not able to get there. Took a peek down the front straight a little further back. We see Guarini up underneath the 16 of Tomlin. That's for 8th. Green now back up to 8th after getting involved in a caution here just a few laps ago. All right, your top 3 trying to get a little separation. Roberts now up underneath Dakota Coon. He's going to bring the 79er rally right there with him. Dakota Coon fighting back on the outside, Hignet into the wall. Guarini having to take evasive action right there. The 90 of Guarini down to the inside. At the same time, Dakota Coon pushes up the racetrack. He's going to lose a couple spots. He's going to hit the wall again off the corner. That's going to let the 90 close up on the back of the 95. So Dakota Coon with a mistake. He's going to lose a couple of spots. He's got the 06 of Hignet right there behind him. Guarini taking a look to the inside. And Green's going to get into the back of the 95. No harm, no foul. Just a little love tap getting in the corner. Up front, it is the 20 of J-Lo. Case in the 1 right there behind him. Randall Fox in the 33. Randall on fresher tires. But I think at this point, it looks like that tire advantage may have equalized out. 3 drivers out of this race. Ken Baum Jr., Jeff Sharp, and Dustin Steinman. We started with 20. We're down to 17. Baum's still in the race, but he's been sitting on pit road now for a few laps. All right, your top 3 starting to get away a little bit. Let's take a look here. See if Roberts is closing in. A little bit quicker than Fox the last couple of laps. Last lap was a little bit slower, so he's losing just a little bit of time over the last 5 laps, but he is starting to close in on the back of the 33. We might have a 5-car battle for the lead. Randall Fox appears to have a little more pace than the 1 of Case, but just not able to find a way around. You can catch somebody here at Martinsville, but making the pass is another story. Our top 3 nose to tail here. J-Lo looking to be the 5th different winner on the season. Case and Fox looking to be the first to pick up win number 2. Across the stripe, 114 down, 36 laps left to go here at Martinsville. Fox takes a look to the outside. J-Lo pushes up a little bit through 1 and 2. And you can see Roberts and Rowley closing up on our top trio here. 5 cars about to be battling out for the lead here with 35 laps left to go. Dakota Coon back here losing another spot. He's trying to get around Lester. Lester moves up to 7th. Auto Image Solutions number 10 of Scott Lester up 5 spots. Started back in 12th. A good drive here for him today. He's now up to 7th. But up front, J-Lo's pretty much running qualifying laps. He's pushing every single lap. He doesn't have any room for mistake. The 1 of Case right there with him. Randall Fox right there. If Lowe makes a mistake getting in the corner at all, he is going to lose 2 spots in a hurry. We're coming up on the closing stages here at Martinsville. The 029 around Buchanan. Buchanan needs to stay still. What was that? Gary Buchanan involved in that caution flag, comes down and collects our leader. J-Lo gets clobbered in the right rear, and you can see the car crab walking. Heavy damage on the 20. So the 60 of Buchanan, just a few laps ago on the last caution, just about got our leader. This time, unfortunately for J-Lo, you can see heavy damage on the 20. He's leading this race. Let's go back and take a quick look at that, see what started that. So we can see we've got Bailey here up on the outside of the racetrack. Buchanan right there. And Bailey just slows up, comes down the racetrack. I'm not sure what was going on there. And as our leaders are coming around, watch the 60 of Buchanan. Let's find a close-up shot of that right there. on the 60 or on the 40. Let me see. Where's it at here? There we go. If we back this up a little bit, I mean, it's just... So he gets up into the outside wall and then just... nowhere in his... I think what he was trying to do was try to go to the bottom to get out of the way of the leaders because he saw him coming. But unfortunately, in that situation, you're much better just to stay where you are, let everybody else find a way around you. So I really think he was trying to do the right thing right there, but unfortunately, it did not pay off, and take our leader out of this race. So Jonathan Lowe was looking to be in good position here to try to pick up his first victory of the season, but he is now in the pits with some heavy damage. I do not think we'll see him make his way back out to the racetrack. So current standings right now, A-Case with the lead, Randall Fox second, Chris Roberts third, Billy Rowley in the fourth spot, Scott Lester fifth, Trevor Hignett in the sixth, Jarrett Guarini seventh, Zane Scott eighth, Michael Tallman in the ninth spot. Adam Buchanan's going to round out our top 10. And that's Dakota Kuhn, Kevin Bailey, Jaden Bailey, Jonathan Lowe. And that is, we got 13 cars left on the lead lap. So right now, actually only 11. Dakota Kuhn is the last car on the lead lap in 11th spot. All right, we're going to go green flag with 28 laps left to go. The one of A-Case with the lead, up to him to set the pace. Roberts right there behind him. Fox up on the outside. Off of turn number 4 this time. And green flag in the air once again. Case able to get a good jump. He is going to take the lead down into turn number 1. He's got Fox up to the outside. And Roberts, it's a battle for second and third right now. Roberts is able to get up alongside of the 33, but no, off the corner. Randall Fox is able to clear Roberts, get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Off of turn number 4, he's going to take that second spot back away. Roberts now in a battle for third with Rowley. Randall Fox has now made his way to the back bumper of the 1. He has got 27 laps to find a way around, and back in the distance we see Hignett get into the outside wall. Hignett in the 06 makes a little contact with the outside wall. We're going to keep going here, clean and green. Up front, it right now looks to be a 2-car battle between the 1 of A-Case and Randall Fox in the 33. Fox takes a look to the inside. Does he have the line? He does. Case has to hold the top of the racetrack. Can he get a run off of 4 down the front straightaway? They're side by side. He's going to lead this time by, but Fox still got the line on the bottom. Randall Fox able to clear Case in the 1. Case tries to cross him back over. He's got the bottom of the racetrack off of 2. A-Case able to get back up underneath Fox through 3 and 4. We got a great battle here going on for the lead up front. Swapping positions. Can Fox get a run off of 4, get back down to the bottom? No. Not able to clear off of turn number 2. They're still side by side. Case has got just up alongside enough that he can't get to the bottom, but off of turn number 2, Randall Fox going to take the lead back after cycling through our pit stops, and Lester's going to go around off the nose of Scott. Does not quite go all the way around, but the 37 of Scott gets together with the 10 of Lester. Lester's going to fall back to 8th. He's still trying to get back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Got the 44 Buchanan coming up behind him now. But up front, it is Randall Fox, A-Case, Billy Rowley with a good run, looking to bring home his first podium of the season. Roberts right behind him in 4th. Roberts, your points leader, is going to lose some points to Fox here if he can't get up a few more spots. Across the line, 21 to go. 150 laps are going by in a hurry here at Martinsville. Randall Fox, A-Case, Billy Rowley, Zane Scott's now made his way back up to 5th. Scott pitted on lap 119. He has the freshest laps, the freshest tires of anybody in this top 5 right now. And Zane Scott make his way to the front. He's trying to find a way around Roberts for 4th. And you can see the run he's able to get. So you see the damage on the right front of the 37, but he is up alongside of Roberts for 4th. Zane Scott up one more spot. Now, he was a lap down at one point after getting involved in a caution earlier. Also on fresh tires, the 16 of Michael Tomlin and Adam Buchanan, but it looks like Zane Scott is taking the biggest advantage of hitting here on lap 119, so he's only got about 13 laps on these tires, and you can see the difference right now as he's coming through the field. Right up the road in front of him is the 79 of Billy Rowley. And can he keep the tires? Can Scott keep the tires up underneath him long enough to get through these next couple of cars and see if he can reel in our leader? Case looks to be struggling a little bit through the center of the corner right there. Rowley closes up on the back of him. Scott looks to make it 3 wide. Rowley stuck a nose up underneath the 1. Scott started to stick a nose up under the 79, but he's going to back out of it right there. So we were just about 3 wide off the corner. There's not really a lot of room here to do that. You can see Randall Fox in the 33 starting to sail off into the sunset. He is now about a second and a half out in front. Case doing a good job of holding on a second, but Rowley is all over the back of him. Case gets a look underneath the 79 down the front straightaway. Does he have the line into 1? Rowley had the opportunity to get back to the bottom. I don't think he knew he was clear. It wasn't by much, but he could have moved down, but he is going to fight the 37 off of turn number 2. He's going to hold on to 3rd. Scott gets a little bit loose as we switch camera angles. I didn't see what happened to him there, but he gets going to lose a spot. Scott got a little bit loose there off the corner. See if we can see what happened right here. Oh, he got it. The lap car of the 29 gets into the door of Scott. I'm not sure what that was about. Because they were trying to get through lap traffic, and Scott goes around again. So unfortunate events there for Zane Scott. He was starting to work his way up through the field. Let's see if we can see what happened here. So right here. So this looks like a little payback. And as he starts to come back down the racetrack, the 16 gets into left for a quarter. So Zane Scott, frustrated, appears to be frustrated with the 029 of Kevin Bailey. We'll take a look at that here one more time. So Bailey, let's see if we can go back here. See if we can go back and see what started this. So this was a few laps ago. We're going to go back here a little bit further here. There we go, right here. All right, so we're going to see where this started at. So they're coming up on the lap car. So they're coming up on the lap car, the 029 down the bottom of the racetrack. And Bailey just appears to pick up the throttle through the center of the quarter, gets into the door, the 37 gets him loose. And as Zane gets it gathered back up here, he's up here on the outside of Tallman, and he just sets sail here. I think he sees a target on the back of the 029 at this point. It's going to give him a boot in the backside, and unfortunately he's going to get turned off the nose of the 16. So it looks like a little frustration setting in here at Martinsville. We got 10 laps left to go. Your leader, the 33 of Fox. A-Case came down and looks like taking some tires here on lap 139. He was really looking to struggle there in that second spot. But he is going to have some traffic to get through here, so I'm not sure. I don't think he was involved in that in any way, but he is just going to come down pit road, take some tires on, so keep an eye on the 1. He's back in 10th. We're going to have about 8 or 9 laps left to go when we go back to green flag racing and see how far he can make it up through the field. He's also got the 37 of Scott right in front of him. It looks like Hignett and Jaden Bailey down pit road. All right, we're coming to the closing stages here at Martinsville for the Dirty Old Bastards. Looks like we're going to have 8 laps left to go when we come back around. Shaden Bailey going to get the lucky dog, get one of his laps back. We've still got 17 cars left on the racetrack. That right, J-Lo did make it back out, so we got 17 cars left on the racetrack out of the 20 that started. Only Ken Baum Jr., Jeff Sharp, and Dustin Simon have retired from this race. All right, we're going to go green flag one more time after caution number 10. off of turn number 4. It's going to be Randall Fox and Billy Rowley bringing us to the line. Rowley gets loose. He spins the tires. That's going to let Roberts get by him for second on the bottom. Roberts on the bottom of the racetrack. Tallman's going to push up in the center of the corner. Roberts now to second. Rowley to third. Dakota Kuhn's going to get into the picture. He's here in fourth. Scott Lester right there in the fifth spot. Side by side for second and third. Let's see if we can find a nice wide angle shot so we can see just about everything that's going on in the racetrack. Side by side here for second and third, and side by side back for sixth and seventh. Case now moves up to ninth. Watch that one car. He's got fresh tires. Does he have enough time to make his way through this field? He's only got 7 laps. He's got the 37 and Scott right there in front of him. But right up the road here, you can see Roberts now underneath Rowley for second. Look at Case making it 3 wide. He's going to get up underneath Scott. Going to go around Tomlin. Going to go around Scott. So watch Case. He's now up to 7th. Your leader, round of caution in the air once again, and it's Zane Scott one more time. The 37 is going to jump down to the pits, so what looked to be a promising run for the 37 of Zane Scott is now going to come down to him being on pit road. Let's see if we can see what happened here. He's on the outside of the racetrack. Tallman down on the bottom. And 2 cars fighting. Oh, Pickle took a heck of a ride there. So 2 cars fighting it out for the same spot. Scott and Tallman going to get together down the front straightaway. And it looks like Pickle's going to take the worst of that one. Let's take a look at that again from Pickle's angle. Watch the 2 car. Up in front of him, the 37 and the 16 are going to get together. And as he comes into this J-Lo right there behind him, and he's going to hit the inside wall, go upside down. You don't see that too often in Martinsville. The 2 car going to go for a ride down into turn number 1. Here on our latest caution flag, caution number 11. This one involving Zane Scott, Michael Tomlin, and Joshua Pickle and J-Lo all getting involved in this one. Fox now. So it looks like we're going to have a green-white checkered. Fox, Rowley, Roberts, Kuhn, Scott Lester in 5th, Adam Buchanan 6th, A-Case on fresh tires back there in 7th, but he has only got 2 laps to do something. We go back to green flag racing. Fox looking to be our first repeat winner on the season. He won back on week number 1 at Kentucky, back on May 20, was it May 28th? May 26th? I don't know, I can't read it, the text is too small. But Randall Fox has been quick every single night out, looking to pick up his 2nd win on the season. All right, lights are going to go out on the pace car this time around. We'll go back to green flag racing for our first green-white checkered attempt here at Martinsville. Watch that inside line. Watch Roberts. Can he get up alongside of Rowley? Rowley needs a good restarter here if he's going to hang on to that 2nd spot. Make our way down the back straightaway here. Coming back to green flag after caution number 11. We're going to have 2 laps. 2 laps to get it done. Can Fox hang on to it? Green flag in the air, and another good start there for Randall Fox. Here comes Chris Roberts on the inside. Rowley's able to clear the nose of 93. He's going to drop down into 2nd. Fox, Rowley, Roberts, Kuhn, Lester. But right now, Randall Fox going to come off of turn number 4. It's going to white flag will be in the air this time by. White flag flies. And Randall Fox hang on for his 2nd win of the season. Right now, he's got about 3 car lengths back to the 79 of Billy Rowley. Looks like he's going to hang on to it if he doesn't make any mistakes through 3 and 4. Randall Fox out in front. Going to come off of turn number 4. Checkered in the air for the 33 of Randall Fox. Come home with win number 2 on the season. Billy Rowley right there in 2nd. Chris Roberts with a good podium finish back in 3rd. Dakota Kuhn with one of his better runs of the season. He's going to come home in 4th. Scott Lester 5th. A-Case back in 6th. Adam Buchanan in the 7th spot. So right now, there's your winner. The 33 and his as Randall starts to do some donuts on the racetrack right there, it looks like Scott Lester came around to give him a little congratulations, and they met there on the side of the racetrack. So that is going to be your winner right there, the 33 of Randall Fox. Let's go back and take a look at that last lap one more time. Well, Billy Rowley was doing everything he could to close in on the back of the 33. They came to the white flag. Randall got a little bit loose there off of Ford, but he was able to pull away down the front straightaway. Randall Fox going to bring home his second victory on the season. We're going to jump over to the Discord and see if we can find anybody, any of our top three in there. Just, let me see here. We need to get our settings right, but Randall Fox, first repeat winner this season, bringing home the victory here at Martinsville. All right. All right, Randall, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
I gotcha.
All right. Man, I mean, you were the car to beat all day long, sat on the pole, led to most laps in this thing, but you took that, you and Chris, I don't know if you guys were talking to each other or not, but you seemed to be planned on your pit cycles there. You pitted off cycle from everybody else. Did you think you were going to be able to make your way back through this field?
It was definitely a gamble. I kind of figured, go into this thing and take my first set somewhere around halfway, and it kind of played out. So it was definitely it was something. Yeah, I don't.
It was, yeah. I think we might have said the same thing at some point during the race as well. But you look good out there, man. You've been fast every time we load up here on DOB. Your first repeat winner of the season. We've had 5 races. Actually, the first 4 races, all different winners. Looked like you had a couple contenders out there really pushing you. Case put up a heck of a battle for a long time, and so did Chris. I thought you were, at first I thought you might drive away with this thing, but it did not appear to be that way throughout this race.
Yeah, it's so tough when you get behind people. You can't really run your line, and you just really have to work people over. And I think I actually maybe got in the Case a little bit there towards the end of the race. I think there was a little bumping and banging, but it was kind of time to go. So there was no ill intent there or anything, and I think I did it probably as clean as I could. So, yeah, it's just so tough to pass anywhere it seems, and kind of got to do what you do.
Well, with the number of caution flags that we ended up having tonight, did that help you save those tires later on in this race?
I mean, yes and no. I didn't really feel like the tire fall off was significant enough to pit again. That's kind of why I, said halfway. I kind of figured halfway I was done pitting. And for me, I was just, if I could just get out front, I felt like I could set a pace to pull away. And if you're second or third, it takes so long. And then yellow after yellow, it's just a gamble. I don't know. We took the fast repairs away this week, but maybe next week we should add training wheels. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Well, if you go back and you watch the replay, I mean, from our angle, it's just it's a little awareness of the cars around you. So, but in my first early cautions we had was pretty much just, one car incident, just somebody losing the back of the car, getting on the curb or something like that, But cautions breed cautions, as we always say. I hate to say that cliche, but that's just kind of the way it works out. You get 1 to 2 cautions and they just keep falling after that.
Yeah, I should probably back myself up and say I definitely support the no fast repairs, because over time it will clean up, but you got to weed them out first, so to say.
Well, we're done with the short track action here. This is a short 7-week season. We just got 2 more races to go. We come back next week for Nashville, and we finish off at Darlington. I've got to think you're going to be happy to get off the short tracks and get to a little bit wider racing action.
Yeah, for sure. I think Nashville is going to be tricky because it kind of races like a plate track with these things with the draft, I think. And it leads you into a false sense of security going down in those corners, how tight it is. So it's, I don't know, it almost races like short track. So I'm kind of concerned, but we'll see.
Well, great job on your second victory on the season. Before we let you go, you got anybody? I mean, who helps you get it done there on the 33?
Well, I appreciate Chris for putting on the league, and I thank Scott Lester for hosting it and hosting the broadcast. So I'm going to go back and watch the hour and 45 minutes of yellows and have a good time with it.
All right, brother. Well, have a good rest of the evening, and I'm sure we're going to see you. I'm actually going to miss next Tuesday night, so if I don't see you next Tuesday, I hope to see you for the last race, but good luck.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
You bet. All right, that's the race winner, Randall Fox, bringing home win number 2 on the season. Let's get Billy up in here in the booth. Billy Rally, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think it's the first time we've had a chance to talk, so it's the first time I've had a chance to ask you, am I saying your last name right?
Rowley, yeah. It's been a while since I've been on.
Well, I just take a guess at these names. There's nothing that tells me right or wrong or indifferent. Usually somebody in YouTube chat will correct me every so once in a while. But hey, fantastic run! I believe it's your first podium on the season. You had a good car tonight. You maybe had a shot to win it right there. Do you think you could have done anything different there at the end to put a little more pressure on Randall?
I got a good restart on that last start, and when we went down into 1, I just got in there a little bit too deep, and it made me tight off of 2, and that pretty much sealed the fate there. But no, Randall was the fastest car he was in practice qualifying in the race, so he definitely deserved that one. I had to pit twice for tires I kept burning mine off, and I don't know, some old guy in a 93 car was running me pretty hard, so I think I burned my tires off that second stint pretty good, but felt good.
Yeah, we've heard
off
that
the sim for a while.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you back, man. You've been good. I mean, you've been good every outing. You look like you're just getting better and better, more comfortable after being off for a while. But I mean, some good side by side action throughout this race as well. You were able to kind of work the outside as when you needed to. Also, I mean, it's so hard. The bottom seems like the place you really want to be, but it's still so hard to pass down there.
Yeah, you got to get a really good run, and actually, most of the guys were shifting during that race. I wasn't for the vast majority of it, because it seemed like if they missed the shift off the corner, it gave them not as good of a run down the straightaway. And if I stayed in 4th gear and kept my momentum up, I could get by some guys. So it seemed to be pretty good.
Well, we got a couple more races coming up before the season is over. We got Nashville Super Speedway, and then end at Darlington. How you? Let's see. I didn't see where you were in the points here, but how you feeling about the last couple of races?
Darlington, I should be okay. The next one, I'm not too really sure of. Bigger tracks really aren't my forte, but we'll give it a shot. I like Darlington. It's up around the wall, and that's kind of where I like to be. So should be fun. Looking forward to the last couple of weeks, and yeah, should be a good time. So just thanks, Chris, and everybody for putting this on.
All right, brother. Well, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for taking the time to come up here and join us in the booth. And good luck, whatever else you got going on for the rest of the week. And we're going to see you next time.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Take care. All right. And then I know he's already in here because he likes to sneak in.
For the old guy in the number 93 car.
He likes to sneak in here and listen to everybody else. You see Chris Roberts here in the 93. Comes home in 3rd, another podium. It looks like you extended your point lead just a little bit. But kind of tell us how the night went from your point of view.
Well, I did not extend my point lead.
Well, you still you
dropped down to 9.
You still have the point lead. Let's put it that way.
Yes, I do still have it. I mean, really, I kind of went into the night with the thought of survival. I wasn't sure how good the car was going to be, and really, I played that whole race as just let's lose as few as points as possible, because I was really about a 5th, 6th place car, and I come away with a 3rd place. So that's a win in my book there. I had nothing for Randall. Really didn't have nothing for Billy. I let Zane go by there late in the race, just thinking, he's a lot faster than me, and if we get a late race restart, I'm 5th. I'm back on the inside row. So just tried to keep the nose clean and lose as few as points as possible. And I mean, like I said, I was a 5th place car, and I come away 3rd, so I'll take it.
Well, I'm looking at the screen right now, and it looks like we had a lot of issue with getting our trading paints working. It looks like we got it working for a few drivers, but unfortunately, we did not get yours working. It doesn't look like it unless you're playing red and white. But we had I don't know what was going on with this thing, but we got it working here a little bit anyway. But you had a good run. I mean, you put up a heck of a fight. It looked like when you and when you and Randall pitted together there in about lap 102, I think it was actually lap 76. You kind of got mired back there in the traffic. Were you trying to follow Randall up and just not able to hang on to the back bumper?
Yeah, I was trying to follow him and I couldn't do it. I was one of the guys shifting. That's the only way I could keep the car rotating throughout the whole run on the tires. But I could get into the corner great, but it didn't matter what I did getting in. I couldn't get off the corner fast like everybody else, and it just made it hard for me to pass anybody. So I really just capitalized on mistakes and kept the nose clean and found my way back up to the front.
Well, I know we took away the fast repair this week to try to hopefully clean up the racing a little bit, but we ended up with a few more cautions here tonight. You guys are going to go back, race control and owners of the league, you're going to go back and kind of review the night and see how it went throughout?
Yeah, a few yellows went unclaimed. Most everything got claimed, and it went better than last week. So I'll definitely take that. Last week we're at a track that's multi-lane in the corners, and it went worse than a track that's single file around the bottom here on a flat track. And we had some nice long runs. So it was enjoyable tonight, but looking forward to getting back to the speedways and trying to hold off this 9-point lead over Randall and see if I can't come away with championship.
Well, thanks for having us here once again, Chris. We got a couple more weeks left to go. We're really looking forward to the last couple of races. But before we let you go, anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Just as always, thank everybody who's been coming out. I know we were back down to just 20 tonight, but it is Martinsville. Hopefully Nashville Super Speedway there next week. We're back up into the 30s. That would be awesome. Thanks Auto Image Solutions and Scott there for coming on board this season, helping making it possible, and you and doing the broadcast, and your buddy who's going to fill in for you next week.
Well, I appreciate it, man. But we're going to go ahead and get ourselves out of here. It's about 7:30. We don't have another race coming up later tonight, so we were able to kind of hang out a little bit longer. But we're going to take a quick look at the full results after Martinsville, after 150 laps of racing action here. Randall Fox with the victory, as we've said multiple times. Billy Rowley with a great run there in second. Chris Roberts, as you just talked to, in third. Dakota Kuhn with a good run there for Dakota up to fourth. Scott Lester, your sponsor here on the series, up to fifth. A good run for Scott. AK side looks like had some good pace earlier. Took that late pit stop, was not able to get up through traffic. He's going to come home in sixth. Adam Buchanan seventh. Jarrett Garini eighth. Trevor Hignett in the ninth spot. Michael Tallman's going to come home in 10th. And it's Gary Buchanan. That was all the cars on the lead lap. Joshua Pickle was able to get back out and get some repairs done, but ended up on his lid at one point late in this race. He comes home in 12th. Zane Scott 13th. Not the night Zane wanted. He had a good car as well, but got involved in the 2 or 3 cautions there late on. 13th spot, Jesse Lynch in 14th. Kevin Bailey 15th. Jaden Bailey in the 16th spot. Jonathan Lowe leading this race, got collected by a lap car. I'm glad I didn't have the voice chat going at that time, because I'm sure Jonathan was not very happy, but he's going to come home in 17th. Ken Baum Jr. 18th. I think Ken must have had some kind of an issue, because he just pretty much pulled into the pits and left. Jeff Sharp 19th, and Dustin Steinman won the race to the hot dog stand, as we like to say. He comes home in 20th. Randall Fox led the most laps at 101. Gary Buchanan was the hard charger, up 8 spots. Randall Fox also the fastest lap at a 19.5. Let's take a quick look here at the updated point standings as we're going to get ready to head to Nashville next week. Chris Roberts, as we said, hangs on to a 9-point lead. Randall Fox closing in with 2 races to go as he picks up his second victory. Joshua Pickle going to hang on to third. Scott Lester fourth. Trevor Hignett, Adam Buchanan, Jesse Lynch, Michael Tallman, Gary Buchanan, and AK. So that rounds out your top 10 in the point standings as we get ready to head to Nashville next Tuesday night. I will not be here next Tuesday night. My good buddy Liam Irving will be bringing you all the coverage. Don't miss that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the action. We've also got more racing action coming your way the rest of this week. Tomorrow night, we have the Rolling Thunder Arca Series at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then I will be here with the AI Chief Community Race at 9 o'clock Eastern. Don't miss that one. That's going to be under the lights at Daytona. We are expecting a full field of cars for that one. That should be lots of fun. I'm hoping my computer doesn't blow up. We'll see how that works out. And then we've got Thursday night, Liam Irving will be here bringing you the coverage of my brain stopped, the Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Models. A new series is only on their second week. That should be a fun one Thursday night. And then Friday night, we're going to have the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series. So a lot more action coming your way. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of it. But my name is Chris Murphy. I want to say, and from all of us here at DRSN, thank you so much for choosing to spend your evening with us, not with it, with us. But keep it, dang it, I'm fumbling through this, and I've even got a script in front of me, and that's how bad it is. But I want to say, keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We're going to see you next time. Good night.